Hi guys, this is Dormouse03. Welcome to my Dishonored 2 walkthrough for getting the trophies and achievements Shadow, Clean Hands, and Flesh and Steel. This is Chapter 2, Edge of the World. And so you're going to start off in the Void. And you have a little cutscene here that I'm going to trim out. You just want to make sure that you choose to reject the Outsider's Mark, because that will enable you to get the Flesh and Steel achievement or trophy. And if you don't reject it, then you can't get that, because I believe that the layout of this void will be a little bit different, and you will have to use the power that you get automatically, either Far Reach for Emily or Blink for Corvo. You have to use it to get through here, but when you choose to reject the mark, then these platforms are a lot closer together. You can just jump to them. And we're going to carry on. And so we're going to be picking up the heart here. And again, there's another little cutscene that I'm going to trim out. And then it's going to give you a little tutorial on using the heart to find runes. And there is a benefit to getting these runes. They're worth 200 coins each. And so it's good to get a couple of them just to get some money. We're going to be using it to buy a couple of upgrades, so that is helpful. I'm definitely not going to be showing you how to get them all because it's not necessary, and some of them are in areas that you really need the powers to be able to go to, and there's more chances of us getting spotted and all that kind of stuff. So this is not a 100% guide by any means. It is just getting you through this kind of challenging run, combining all three of these achievements here. And so there was a bit more to those cutscenes, and you're back on the boat, and you talk to Megan, and then you have to take the little boat over here. But I cut all that out, and we're going to be just starting from the beginning here. Something that I do want to note to you guys, you can equip bone charms, and I would recommend that you do if you find some good ones. I'll be picking up a few of them along the way in this playthrough, so you'll definitely pick up a few of them. I did not equip any of them, and that is simply because the effects of them are random, and I wanted to be sure that I wasn't using something that you guys don't have. So I didn't use any of the bone charms, but you should use the bone charms if you would like to, and if you get good perks on them. So the first thing that I'm showing you guys how to do here is get to the black market. We're going to buy all three of these crossbow upgrades to improve the accuracy, to make to have a faster reload speed, and to increase the distance of the crossbow. And so we're doing all of that because we had enough money from the first mission. I showed you how to pick up enough of the cash in that area to be able to buy all three of those things, and now you don't really need any more of these upgrades. If you're going to be using the bone charms, you could buy a couple of the bone charm spots so that you could equip a few more of them, but that's not necessary. And I didn't buy those things because, like I said, I'm not using the bone charms at all. These are sleep darts. You can buy them for 30 coins each, but you should not do that because I'm going to show you a spot to pick up 5 of them for free here in just a second. So I'm just showing you, though, you can buy those if you would like to. So there's the location of the sunken ship. I didn't buy it because I already know where it is, so you don't need to waste your coins on that. You can just follow me, and we will be getting that cache of stuff, which is really just good for the sleep darts. I think there might also be some incendiary bolts down there as well, but mostly the sleep darts are what we're after. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to go down to the pier here, and you will see a couple of coins that you can pick up. And then you will also see a little buoy out in the distance there. And that's where we're going to be aiming for. So we're going to jump off here. Sometimes there are some slaughterfish in here. So you might get nibbled on a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. And underneath the water here is a little wrecked ship. A little boat, really. It's not really a ship. But there's a bunch of stuff to pick up. There's our sleep darts, some crossbow bolts, and there's some more sleep darts down there. I just needed to catch my breath. And so here's the last thing of sleep darts. And that's it. There were also some sticky grenades and spring wire that we picked up, but we don't need those things. I picked them up just 'cause I can't stop myself from picking things up, but you don't need them. We're not going to use them. Those are lethal weapons, and we're not killing anybody. So in the mouth of this whale that I'm running beside right now, there is a rune. I forgot to pick it up because I was really just excited to show you guys how to get through this game. But you can pick that up for a couple hundred extra coins. And now we are going to be heading on through the rest of the level. So now, I'll tell you, there's a lot of ways to get through this level. This one is fairly open, and there are a bunch of different paths, but I am going to show you the one that I think is probably the easiest to get through. I'm just reworking my wheel right here to get things where I want them to be. You can use these incendiary bolts to destroy the bloatfly nests if you want to, but that's not necessary to do because there are ones that you can just kind of sneak by, like I'm sneaking by this one right here. And then there's also this flammable liquid that you can use to destroy them. And now, I know some of you might be thinking, but Dormouse, if you destroy the bloatfly nests, isn't that killing things? And we're not killing things. And the answer is no, killing the bloatflies does not count as kills. So you don't have to worry about that. We are going to be destroying some nests, and I guarantee you still get the achievement or trophy for clean hands. What you want to do is make sure that you make several saves throughout the game, and just periodically check your stats screen and make sure that your overall statistics and the statistics for the level that you're on say that you have no detections and no kills. The stats tracking for this is very, very good, and so you definitely want to be pausing periodically and making sure that you are checking that, because that's going to be super helpful for you in knowing whether or not you're on track for doing what you're intending to do, instead of waiting until the end of the level to see that you have your check marks. There are a couple of spots where if you do certain things like rewire a wall of light, like we'll be doing in a couple of places, then guards can walk into that and they might die because they walked into it. Usually they won't walk into it on their normal path, but if they kind of get a little bit of a detection, then they might try to follow you through it, and that will kill them and count as a kill. So you just want to be careful. You want to keep checking and making sure that nobody has died unexpectedly, or that you haven't gotten detected and not noticed. And that will hopefully save you from having to replay an entire level again if you keep track of that. So another good thing about destroying these bloatfly nests is that sometimes they drop that blood amber. You've seen me pick up that once or twice, and those are worth 25 coins, so that's good. We're going to be picking up one more. I think we're only going to be getting one more upgrade, and that is the combat sleep dart, but we have to find the blueprint for that in mission 3, so we don't have that yet. And it's not super expensive anyway, but after that, I don't think that there are any more upgrades that I'm going to be getting. Like I said, you can get the upgrades for the bone charms if you want to use those. So that might be something extra that you'd use your coins for, but other than that, nothing is really all that useful. And so I'm going back down here to pick up this other thing of flammable liquid so that we can use it to get out of here. And now you can also just kind of go through these bloat flies. If you crouch, you can get a good ways past them without them attacking you. If you get close to the nest though, they will start biting you, and so you'll lose some health. And I just didn't want to do that. And so since you can kill these nests or destroy the nests without that counting as kills, there's no reason not to do that. So we're going to break these boards and head on out. And I don't know what was up with, I don't know where those bloatflies came from actually, but we're going to shut the door on them. So down here, you just want to make sure that these guys are not looking at you. Jump down here and get up on top of this guard tower thing right there. You don't have to get up on top of this windowsill. I was hoping that I could get over onto the pipe that's straight across from it, but I can't. And so that's why I jumped up there. But you see that pipe across there, that's that's a really good way to go when you have blink or far reach. But since we don't have that, we can't do that. So don't worry about getting up here. You can just stay down on top of the little guard tower thingy, and you're going to just wait for that guy to turn around, and he's walking away. And so now we're going to walk across. That guy is asleep, so just stay crouched and you shouldn't alert him. And that should be through that little area there. There are your musicians to the right. So if you are trying to get the achievement for finding all three of them, we won't be getting it in this walkthrough because you have to go to another location in mission 6 that we won't be going to, but that's where they are in this level, just in case you wanted to know. So we're going to be moving forward here. This is the home stretch for this level. And I was thinking about trying to go on these railroad tracks, and I was wondering if there was a bit over to the right edge of them that's not electrified, but I couldn't get that to work. And so we're just going to be safe and go through the building. You want to make sure that those two folks that are down there are walking away. And then we're going to drop down into the train station. And then I would recommend making a save once you get to these stairs right here, because these guards can be, I found them to be a little bit finicky. And we're going to be knocking some people out. And so whenever you do that, there's a little bit of danger. So we're going to come over to the left here. You'll notice that there's a guy through that window who is facing us, but he shouldn't see you as long as you stay far enough back. And we're going to knock out this guy who is taking a nap. Because if you don't knock him out, then when you go to knock out this other guy, he will see you. So we're going to peek, make sure that this guy is at the window now. He patrolled over from where he was stood across from us. And so we knocked him out, and then we're going to go through the window and knock out the last guy who is over to our right. He also has some coins on him, so that's cool. And so we're going to knock him out, and we are almost there. We're just going to go out the window here in front of him. And then I watched these guys for a second trying to figure out what I wanted to do here. You can try to go over to the right, but that's risky. You can try to go over to the left, which I think is a little less risky. But I think the least risky thing to do is go through the middle section underneath the stairs. And so you just want to wait until these guys are both kind of looking away from you. And then you want to make your move down underneath the stairs. Be sneaky like a ninja. Dormouse, however, is not a ninja because she almost got spotted just there. But wait till that guy's got his back turned and walk underneath the tracks here. And then all you have to do is climb up these boxes at the end onto the little pipe here and make sure that nobody's looking at you. Be a little bit cautious. Make sure there's no one looking. And then if you hit the door to get into the carriage, you are done. So that is the end of this level. Pretty short and sweet. Not too bad. We didn't take too many diversions. I showed you a couple of things to pick up there at the beginning, but it really wasn't much. And we are on our way into mission 3. And so you just want to make sure that you got your check marks for Ghostly and Merciful. And if you did, then you are golden to head on to the next mission. So hope this was helpful for you guys. Thanks for watching. And I will see you in mission 3.